So when people talk about carrying their gun everywhere, it's not a joke. I carry mine into the grocery store, on a date, and yes, even to the doctor's office. Hell, you don't know if some cokehead's gonna run in there and try to steal your clean pee sample because they got a drug test later that week. But the main reason why a lot of people carry their guns is because they don't want to be the next person. And when I say next person, I mean someone stopping you in a major city or maybe even a small town who's a parasite. They think that every person in every Walgreens or Target is an all-you-can-eat buffet, and we're all fair game. Look, I know this is going to be confusing for some people, but people work hard for a living. We're not all graced by God with just unlimited money to where you can come over and just steal from us like you're the ATF. And yes, the ATF steals all the time. Ever heard of a solvent trap? Maybe a trigger? Cold turkey may be great on sandwiches, but there is a better way to break your bad habits. We're not talking about some weird voodoo that you saw your neighbor do one night when he was drinking. There's a lot of weird stuff out there. I try not to get involved with it. We're talking about our sponsor for today's video, Fume, and they look at the problem a little bit different. Not everything in a bad habit is wrong. So instead of some drastic measure, doing something that's uncomfortable, why don't we just take the bad out of the habit? Fume is an innovative, award-winning device that does just that. Instead of electronics, Fume is completely natural. Instead of vapor, Fume uses flavored air. And instead of harmful chemicals that really haven't been researched that much, Fume uses all-natural, delicious flavors. So the first time I tried Fume, I was definitely surprised. A ton of flavor, very refreshing, and my two favorites are white cranberry and crisp mint. And at the end of the day, stopping is something that we put off because it's hard. Simple as that. But switching to Fume, it's easy, it's fun, and definitely enjoyable. Fume has served over 100,000 customers, and they have thousands of success stories. So join Fume in accelerating humanity's breakup from destructive habits by picking up one of their journey packs today. Head to tryfume.com/heavyduty or scan the QR code and use heavy duty to get 10% off of your order today. That's tryfum.com and use heavy duty to save an additional 10% off your order. A couple of strippers. Yes, strippers. They were on their way home, walking home from the club probably, and they got held up by, I don't know honestly, probably some customers that they gave dances to last night. They probably spent too much money or thought they did, and they just figured they'd be a part of a culture where you just steal crap. So they probably saw them and were like, oh, we just steal our money back. I could try that out tonight, yeah. So obviously we're starting off with two strippers just trying to get into their apartment building. One of them has a hairdo that I think belongs to Pride Month. I think they've trademarked it, but I'm not sure. I mean, don't care, but hey, good for you. Now, as you can see, one of the strippers, it looks like she stole Barbie's luggage. What's in there? Bunch of cash? If it is, God bless your heart, what are you doing in the project still? But she's the one who gets confronted first. I'm sorry. I mean, I just can't get over people's reactions when they're being robbed. You acted like this guy's a valet for the hotel and he's just bringing your suitcase up to your room. But seriously, you're just gonna give it to him? You're not gonna throw him an elbow? Maybe hit him with your other bag? Maybe pull a gun out? No? Okay, well it gets better. Then this other woman who apparently forgot which day is St. Patrick's Day gets robbed, and I'm imagining you can guess what happened there. She thought the guy was a bellhop too. Here you go, sir. I got tipped a lot tonight. Do you need a tip as well for taking my bag to my room? What are we doing? So then they start searching the other friend. And then the woman with the big old hairdo has a conversation with one of the guys. And from what it looks like to me, this dude snatched what looks like a maxi pad out of her hand. I don't know why you would be holding one of those, and I'm hoping that's not what it is, but if it is, why do you want one of those, man? They change the settings on vending machines nowadays where they're taking maxi pads instead of ones. So these guys end up stealing all their stuff, and they're just sitting there looking like they just fended off a couple of guys who are trying to sell them extended car warranty on their vehicles. Honestly, they didn't even look that upset, just surprised. But the question still has to be asked, where are your guns? I mean, look at the line of work that you're in. Being in the industry that you're in, having a gun is probably more important than having heels. But how does this happen? I mean, I know most apartments have security nowadays. Some of them probably don't look that good. They usually buy up old police cruisers, like scratch the paint off, put their own logo on there. Where are those guys? That's the thing, and that's why I'm such a fan of everybody carrying a gun. No one is coming to help you. I mean, you get on the phone for a busy time with the police department with how much they've been defunded and all the crime going on nowadays, you're probably the 56th caller waiting in line. Hello, sir. There are 74 people in front of you. To skip the line, that'll be a $34 surcharge on your card. Are you okay with that? Press 3 if you're okay with that. That's pretty much what it's going to be like from here on out. Here's the reality, folks, in all seriousness. There are a group of people in America who think it's okay to steal from you. They'll steal from you, take all your stuff, think they're doing God's work, go home, kiss their kids to bed, and call it a day. It's sickening. But at the end of the day, we have a responsibility not only to ourselves, but to every person around us to be armed. And I truly believe that if you aren't armed, you should be taxed. If you go into a mall and you don't have a gun and it gets shot up, you should be taxed. Because at the end of the day, this is our country. This is our dirt that we're protecting. And that's both from people wanting to come in this country, and it's from people who want to destroy this country. And that's what's happening day in and day out. People are just taking advantage of people, and it's starting to get me sick.